Morning, everybody. I hope you've all had a wonderful, wonderful day. We're towards the middle of the week, maybe a little bit at the end of the middle of the week, but we're going to look at what is going on into the collective that is in separation at this now moment. So, for all those of you who are in separation from your lover, let's see what the energies are. And that could be a twin flame, that could be a divine counterpart, could be a soulmate, could be your person, however you want to describe it. It's just a label. So let's see what we have. Spirit is saying, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Right. And so what does that mean? That means that what we've got to do is we really got to focus on getting rid of all the things that no longer serve us so that we can make space. And why do we want to make space? Because we want to make space for love to come into our life. And when we're full of dense energy, it's really hard for that energy of love, which is a lot lighter, to come in to our life. So we have to get room, clear out some stuff that no longer serves us, clear out some contracts, clear out some energy, let go of some energies, so that we have space for the new energies to come in. And so, Spirit, show me what else we need to know in love for this reading for those who are separated from their person. All right, so we got a bunch of cards. They just flew out of the deck today. Spirit really had a lot to say. So let's see what we have. All right, so first one is we got to start looking at what relationships are working in our lives. And usually there's one or two that is working, even though the one that you really want to work isn't. We have to look at that and look at why is this one working? What are the energies around it? What are your feelings around it? How do you feel with that? And then tune into that and start trying to tune into that frequency. It's a little hard when things are really rough for you, but you have to be in that space. And Spirit saying, cherish that, right? So really hold on to that really tight. Because guess what? As you admire everything that you have with all this that's working, a surprise is about to happen. And what is that surprise? Cupid uh, will be shooting his poison arrow. That's right. So Cupid is around the corner, provided you can get into this energy and release the energy over here. So let's see what else love wants to tell us today. Let's see what that frequency of love has as far as a message. And so, Spirit, tell me what else you want to tell us about the situation for those that are not in contact right now. They're separated from their person. Let's see what we get. Spirit, what other energies are we getting? And for those of you just joining, this is a lovers in a separation reading. So if you're a twin flame, high level soulmate, just separated from your person, your divine counterpart, this is a reading for you. And what we do is we don't tell stories about what's going on with your person. What we do is we tell you what's going around in your energy and how do you best use the energies that are around you to move into the place that you want to. And so with that, and for those of you asking, this is not the one the live that I do that is answering questions. You'll have to look for live uh, readings and activations for that one. Just make sure you're subscribing, have your notifications on. This is a Love in Separation collective read. So if you're in separation, this is your reading, right? For so many of you, that energy that you had before, it's time for the Grim Reaper, right? This is why we got to get rid of that energy because it's no longer serving you anymore, all right? And why is that? Because it was a girl on the snake, right? It was really bad energy, right? This is that backstabber. That's the person that's always polite to you, in front of you, but stabbing you in the back. and it's old and outdated thinking. And this is where you've been keeping stuck. You're in that hamster wheel of karma. And for those of you who aren't used to my style of reading, my spread is very unique. It's only mine. I don't know anybody else that uses this reading. But on this side here, this is where you are currently in your energies. Over here is what I call the hamster wheel of karma. These are the energies that are keeping you stuck, keeping you cycling, keeping you in illusion and confusion. And these are the energies that you want to get to. So we look at what's going on up in here to tell us how do we get to these energies, right? And so Spirit's saying that that relationship you had was a karmic relationship. You can't have that anymore if you want to get to the true love, right? And so why is that? Because there's many options going on here with this person and the girl with the snake, and they weren't really uh, willing to go any further than just having you as a side piece, right? But what's coming in is heart with a key, right? There's somebody who's coming in that has love to offer, and it's going to come double confirmation, like lightning, a surprise. And this is going to raise your vibration, but you got to get out of this first, right? And so let's see what other messages that love wants to give us in this now moment. Let me just feel into the deck that we're going to use for this. And so let's see what other energies we are. And just remember, this is a collective reading. It may or may not resonate with you at this now moment. Take what does resonate and leave the rest behind. If you would like these readings for the separation readings to be more in tune with your story, just make sure you're liking, following, sharing, subscribing, and putting some comments into the comment field so that I can pull on that energy and see what's going on in your space. Spirit, show me what else we need to know. Just now a moment. One more card. There we go. All right. So I'm just looking at what flew out really quickly, and it looked pretty positive. So Spirit is saying for us, it's time to be the butterfly, right? It's time to transform, get out of that caterpillar stage and get into that beauty stage, right? It's time for you to just kind of roll through. And then we have keys on the ring, right? Many options. These were what was going on. We have double confirmation of this energies that we're reading right now. That, yeah, this person, there were too many options going on, and this just had to go. You can't have this kind of energy, right? Person's looking at pictures of you right now, missing you. Spirit saying, get in that positive mindset of abundance. Why? Because a commitment is coming down the pike if you can release all of this negative energy, right? You need to get out of that space. And as we get out of that space, we create the space that allows for all this to come in. So let's see what it is that is blocking that. Because remember, if you're not in that relationship that you're in, that you want to be in right now, why is that? And we create our own realities. We can't blame anybody else. It's great to blame everything external, but really what we have to do is look at what's going on in the energies internally within us that are blocking what's meant to come in, because we're meant to be abundant. We're meant to be covered in love, and because we are, a creature of love, we've just forgotten. And so what is it that we're internally conflicting that is causing the separation at this point, right? And you have to look at that. What is it in you? Because that's all you can actually work on. You can't work on anybody else. You can't worry about anybody else. If you ever come to my live readings, I'm always telling people, and it sounds so uncaring, when they ask, where's my person? What happened to my person? Am I going to get reconciled with my person? And I say, who cares? And it sounds awful, but it's truly where you need to be. You need to be in that place of detachment. And why do you need to be in that place of detachment? Because you have to allow that energy to go away, that lack energy, because you're always focusing on them. You're giving your power away. Take that power back and allow them to come to you naturally, not because you're tugging at their energy, because it's always going to leave you to this. It's always going to leave you to that hamster wheel of karma, of repeating over and over again. connected, not connected, connected, not connected, break up. That's not the place you want to be. You want to be in that place where everything just kind of flows. And so what is it that you're doing that's blocking it right now? A lot of you are guarded, right? Because of this experience where you've been through people who have had options, more options, more options. They're always, with another person. They're always chasing somebody else, even when they're with you. And that's not a good energy. And why do you do that? Uh, because you're afraid, right? You're afraid of vulnerability. And by being afraid of vulnerability, what you're doing is you're actually choosing people that you know are going to create this guard to keep this wall that you've created in your heart up. And as you create that wall, you're manifesting more of the same. Not my type, right? That's another one. You can't find anybody that's good for you because you have so many check boxes on your list. You know you're never going to find it because that list is impossible. Absolutely impossible is what I'm hearing. And Spirit's saying that it's time to stop with the list and allow things to happen as they happen. And then the last one is holding on, right? And this is what we see here, right? These options. You're holding on to that same energy over and over again. And Spirit's saying it's time to be done with this. Get out of that energy of holding on. Letting go is tough, especially if you've had thousands of lifetimes with this other person. And so the contracts that you have, the trauma you have with them are so much that you're constantly being pulled. Even if you're in separation, you're being pulled. And we need to break that. And that's not easy. It takes a lot of intention and a lot of time. So, with that, now we know what's kind of blocking us. We now have to get to the point of let's find out what it is that we can do in this now moment. What things, information can we use right now to get us in a place where we are bringing this Cupid in, we are bringing this new love, these commitment. When we see wedding rings, it's always about commitment. It's not generally it's a wedding, right? So just make sure you're not focusing on that because expectations lead to disappointments and we don't want to be disappointed. All right, so Spirit's given us a couple cards. What can we do to help ourselves? First thing we can do is get out of that old energy, declutter, right? We want to get out of that space of a whole mind, a whole room, or whole house is just cluttered with crap from forever and ever. You got to use that rule. If I haven't seen it in a couple of years, it's time for it to go. Get rid of that energy, make the space so that you can have it. And we're saying it right here, make the space. So it's more confirmation. Change your take a vacation, which means change your energy. Take a pivot. Do what it is that you need to do to actually choose. And hello, Ellie, haven't seen you in a while. Take that vacation, move your energy to a different space. And as you move your energy into that different space, then you make room to allow for this to come in. But if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result, then what you're going to get is the same thing over and over again and get off of that hamster wheel of karma. And the last part is meditate, right? And this is tough for many of us because we can't silence ourselves enough to connect to ourselves. And we've got to do that. Even if you don't see, hear, feel anything, you need to go within and connect to self, only to self, no external things. That's in distraction. Connect to self. Okay. So now we know what we need to do. If we're willing to, remember, healing is a choice. It's not something that happens automatically. It's no magic pixie dust that's going to come in and make you heal. You have to choose to heal, choose to feel. And so with that, and hello, Tiger Life and Liz. So with that, let's look at timing, right? It's really the only part of the reading that most anybody really stays around for. They want to know, when is this going to come in? When? Well, it's when you choose to heal, when you choose to feel, when you choose to release all that keeps you holding back. And it takes time. This is not something that happens instantaneously. You have to work on it. And so with that, Spirit, what do you want to give us? Well, Spirit just threw out this card, popped right at me. So for many of you, it's going to be January. And Spirit saying this, allow things to come, stop controlling. So with that, and it looks like we have our regular spammer here, somebody who's saying, message me at so-and-so, message you. That's somebody who's a spammer trying to get in. I never privately message anybody unless you've messaged me. It had a little quick glitch there. Sorry if the screen froze, but With that, allow things to come naturally. Around January's time, remember timing is fluid. It can change at every now moment, every decision that you make. So don't overset expectations. It's just going to happen. Just allow it to happen. Spirit's just giving you a kind of an idea, a possibility. And so with that, that is my reading for those in separation. Uh, and Debbie, if you need a reading, I'm available today for private readings. They range from $10 to $60. Just reach out to me at silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com or send me a DM. For those of you who are watching on all different versions of social media, if you are looking for your own personal reading, reach out at silver.fox.affirmations@gmail.com. Or just send me a DM at whatever social media you are. I usually look at the emails before I look at anything else. Do like, follow, share, and subscribe to my channel. Most of my stuff is done live on TikTok right now, but I'm going to be doing some other lives on a few of the other social medias as well. A lot of ums I'm using today. I have to work on that part. So let's thank everybody for coming and watching the read. I appreciate all of you. If you are looking for your own reading, just do reach out and also visit my other social media channels. I have Silver Fox Spiritual, which is a healing channel with light language healings on YouTube. I have readings by Silver Fox Spiritual, and that's for my people in India and a few of the other places that TikTok is not allowed at this moment. So you'll see a lot of the readings over there. I just started a Facebook group too, first 100 that are in my Facebook group that do want to win a free, well, there goes the again, wants to win a free reading or healing. I'm going to put that in the comments right now. If you follow that Facebook page, you will be in the running. I'm going to pick one person out of that first 100. I've got about 20 some odd people in there now. So your chances are high that you could potentially win a free full reading or full healing. And with that, have a wonderful day, and I will see you at the next reading. Cheers.